Okay, the video shows that needle was bouncing around. It's hard to tell. It was going between like 7 pounds and 8 pounds bouncing. The needle just bounces all the time. I'm not sure if it's because of all this hose I got running everywhere, but I didn't. Obviously, I'm not leaving it like this. I have just stuff. I just hooked it up to see if this was gonna work, but I didn't want to cut any of those hose. Hose is expensive nowadays, man. Tell you what. I wanted to make sure it was gonna work before I hacked the hose all up, so I just cut a couple pieces but I gotta figure out how to keep this away from that. So I'm probably gonna make a hard line. I'll just couple it with a short soft line right off the pump and make a hard line to do a hard 90 to get away from this. And then I gotta figure out how I'm gonna just run this plumbing, because I don't even know how I'm gonna cut this hose down and then make this come from the back up to the front to go down. It's gonna be Jimmy rigged for sure. And I'm cheap. I got all these expensive fittings, and then there's my fittings that I go by. The car had all these fittings on it that just cost a bunch of money. But I've got good fuel pressure. When I rev the car up, it doesn't look like it drops much lower than a little under 6 pounds. So I think that's decent. That's better than anything I've had. And when I rev it up, wow, it doesn't seem to want to hesitate so bad. But I haven't gave it a full just floor it from nothing rev yet. But so making progress. Okay, so here's something else. I'm not used to this. I'm used to when the car is not running, there's no fuel pressure on the gauge. So now when I shut the car off, the gauge stays almost like, I don't think it reads full pressure, but it stays pressurized. I don't know why that is. I think it's slowly leaking down though, because it was way higher than that when I first shut the car off. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna try and zoom you guys in on the fuel gauge. When I originally did this, I did not bypass the electric fuel pump. I never turned it on, but I did not bypass it. When I started the car, when the car was cold, it had between 7 and 8 pounds of pressure was where the needle was bouncing at. Now it's bouncing between 4 and 5.5, somewhere between 4 and 5, 4 and 5.5. So the first time I did it, I had not done anything to the fuel pump in the back. I just left it off. Then I bypassed the fuel pump in the back simply by taking it out of the chain. It's still hooked up though electrically. I'm gonna go put it back in the chain and fire the car up and see if I add the electric fuel pump to it, if I get the fuel pressure that I want. Okay, here we go again. We'll fire the car up again. First with no pump, then I'll turn the pump on. So, I'm not sure how I feel about the results. But that's what I figured out from my experiment. Please comment. So, figured I'd come out here in the beautiful botanical garden we have here. And, I mean, the car's nice to look at, but sometimes you need some flowers. I mean, look, we got daylilies and stuff. It's beautiful out here. So, I'm not sure what I think of the results. I don't feel like I have anything solved yet. I feel like every time the car gets hot, that's when it doesn't want to have fuel pressure. When it gets hot, it doesn't have fuel pressure. That's when I have problems, is when the car gets hot. So anytime I try and race the car, that's when I'm going to have problems. So, yeah. I'm not sure what I'm going to try next. But I do know I have to, I can't just leave that the way it is. It's definitely a plumbing problem. But I will say this, the car has taken throttle like never before. So I believe once I can get the fuel pressure issue taken care of, I can get the stumble taken out of the car, because I'm pretty sure that's what's causing me the problem. It's a starvation problem. So that's where I'm at now. So I might go back to try and throw the Top Fuel Dragster fuel pump in there and put a return line. I got the trunk line for the return line made from out of the fuel cell outside the car in the trunk. And I've got a long piece made that I got to still put a couple bends in, and I can have a return line on there, but I still don't have a return line fuel pressure regulator yet. So that's where it's at, and I'll figure something out. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys, and until the next one, have a good one.